We are created as a sacred unity where the soul is forever bound to its vessel. Across the early church, Tertullian, Saint Irenaeus, and Saint Augustine presented a unified, scripturally grounded vision of human destiny, one that stood in sharp contrast to Greek philosophical notions of a purely disembodied soul. Together, their writings trace a single, cohesive narrative of creation, fall, intermediate waiting, and ultimate bodily redemption. Yet death entered our world, seeking to tear apart what was meant to be one. Human beings were created by God as a holistic unity of body and soul. The soul, created directly by God with a clear beginning, is a single, spiritual, and active reality, rather than a fragment of divinity or a collection of divided parts. It animates the body and holds moral agency, intellect, and free will. God never intended the soul to exist as a ghost. Humanity is designed to function as a complete, embodied whole. For the faithful, this transition is but a quiet rest in a sanctuary of peace. Death is not a natural phase of human existence, nor is it a welcome escape from the physical world. Rather, death entered humanity as an unnatural rupture caused by Adam's initial disobedience. This fall passed down a wounded nature, subjecting all people to physical death, the temporary tearing apart of the soul from the body, and threatening spiritual death, which Augustine famously identified as the soul's separation from God. The conqueror descends into the dark to transform the tomb into a gateway of life. Because the problem began with Adam, restoration comes through Jesus Christ. As Irenaeus emphasized, Christ acts as the new Adam, undoing Adam's failure through perfect obedience. By rising physically from the grave, Christ conquered death and transformed what was once a tragic penalty for sin into a gateway to eternal life for believers. Through prayer and sacred mysteries, we remain united with those who went before. When physical death occurs, the body decays, but the soul remains fully conscious and immortal. Rather than immediately entering their final, eternal state, human souls enter a temporary intermediate state. The souls of the righteous wait in peace and comfort in a place prepared by God, while the unrighteous await judgment. Separated from their bodies, these conscious souls rest in anticipation of Christ's return. The ultimate hope is the physical resurrection, raising what was sown in weakness. When physical death occurs, the body decays, but the soul remains fully conscious and immortal. Rather than immediately entering their final, eternal state, human souls enter a temporary intermediate state. The souls of the righteous wait in peace and comfort in a place prepared by God, while the unrighteous await judgment. Separated from their bodies, these conscious souls rest in anticipation of Christ's return. Life is changed, but never ended, as the whole person is restored to the divine. The ultimate hope is the physical resurrection. For Tertullian, Saint Irenaeus, and Saint Augustine, salvation is not complete simply because an immortal soul survives death. True Christian hope culminates in the resurrection of the flesh. Because God created and redeemed the entire human person, Christ will raise the dead at the end of time, permanently reuniting body and soul. Fully restored, believers will enter eternal communion with God. not as disembodied spirits, but as complete, resurrected human beings. The Book of Wisdom, chapter 3, verse 1 onwards reads, "But the souls of the just are in the hand of God, and the torment of death shall not touch them. In the sight of the unwise they seemed to die, and their departure was taken for misery, and their going away from us for utter destruction. But they are in peace. 4. And though in the sight of men they suffered torments, their hope is full of immortality."